I'm Ode. That's Vicky. I'm me. You're you. We are we.
Oh my god, that was so corny.
The You, Me, We
goodness.
podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to the You, Me, We podcast. I'm Ode.
I'm Vicky. No wonder. I was like, why do you keep asking me if I'm ready? I'm ready.
For those listening, I'm laughing because I was trying to catch Vicky unprepared. Because once again, I'm asking her if she's ready, and she didn't have the mic. She didn't have the mic
In position.
Yeah. Does your headphone sound weird, or you sound like it sounds like usual?
It sounds like usual.
Okay, it's probably just me then. All right. So welcome back. Today we apologize. We're still on schedule for the week. But
we're just not on schedule for the day.
We're a day late, but it actually works because we are. It's Valentine's with an N. It's Valentine. No, screw it. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. We're recording this. We were gonna record early this morning, or I gave the option of recording at like
7 in the morning.
Yeah, and Vicky was like, "Oh, sure."
I was like, "Yeah, I can do it," and then I was like. Because I was so tired because this is my first go at Valentine's Day goodies for the class. And
by class, you mean?
By Kalel's class. And I pretty much, like, of course, last minute queen over here. I had to.
But still crushed it.
Well, apparently no. And I'm like messaging people.
Do we have a
we
sample
went through
of
his
your bag?
bags.
We got
No.
a sample of your bag?
No. We went through his bags that he received from his other classmates. And they're like filled with like, like cute little like stuffed animals and stickers and bracelets and
not to cut you off.
And bubbles and
go back a little bit
and
for
organic gummy bears.
Go back a little bit for non-parents. We're talking about like
what you give out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
But like, back when I was a kid, we just gave out like a piece of candy, maybe. But really it was mainly Valentine's Day cards. Like the emphasis was on the cards. Now it's like bags, like goodie bags.
Like goodie.
Yeah. So it was my first time, and I'm like, I'm gonna just fill this up with candy.
But we did good. I think we did good.
Compared to
good.
these are very healthy alternatives.
Wow, Vicky.
I was like, here's some chocolate, and here's some other different kinds of chocolate, and here's a chocolate cookie.
While Kalel was getting organic gummy worms. Shout out to them.
Yeah. And then I made sure that the bags look nice and presentable, which is what you see me eating. One of the 3 pieces of candy in between like 5 bags that the responsible parents put.
So we're gonna eat on air? Okay, cool.
You can't hear me eating this. It's a Hershey Kiss.
But still organic Hershey Kiss. So that was Kalel's Valentine's Day. Not only did he do that, Kalel and Mommy surprised me at work.
Oh yeah.
And right when I was in the office talking to one of my coworkers about you, and telling her that I was waiting for y'all to come on campus, Kalel walks in to the point where she heard y'all and she was like, "Oh, is that them?" I was like, "No, I'm going to meet them at the daycare, the child care center." And then I looked to my door and Kalel's walking in with a balloon for Daddy, and then Mommy's right behind him. And you guys had a Superman themed card.
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so perfect."
And chocolate strawberries.
How were they?
Oh, well, I only had like 2 of them.
The rest of your staff ate them?
No. The rest, I offered them to help me eat them, but
you brought them home?
Yeah, of course.
Shout out to Sweet Tiny Creations. She makes those like gourmet. That's what the word I was looking for.
Those are like custom made, like.
Yeah, she makes them herself.
Cheap plug.
Sweet Tiny Creations, and she makes gourmet strawberries, and it's chocolate covered strawberries, and they're amazing. Like they're topped with different things, and each one is different, and she does a great job. Her presentation is great. She's professional. So I highly recommend her. This is my second time using her for Valentine's Day. And I'm not recommending you do this, okay? But I am the last minute queen. Like I literally I was like, "Yo, you got any left? All right, let me get that one. If that's your last one, That's how I'm getting it.
Well, shout out to her. The strawberries were dope. The presentation was dope.
It was beautiful.
And if we're gonna cheap plug, I'm gonna cheap plug. I'm Good watches. I finally got to wear this I'm Good watch.
Oh, the one you wanted?
Yeah. This one I really the two recent ones, the two ones that I got recently, I really wanted. But I hadn't had an opportunity or an outfit or a attire to wear this one with.
Oh, yeah, and it does match your outfit very nicely.
I'm trying to show it's upside down, but shout out to I'm Good Watches.
You
by
guys
official
can't
Chris
see, but
Grant.
he's wearing like a brown belt.
Yeah.
And some brown shoes, so it all flows together.
And that is me being stylish, which is the non-physical attribute that Vicky likes about me, which was one of the questions in the You, Me, We quiz that some of y'all straight disrespected us on.
Yo, for real.
No, not disrespected, but no, in the comments, people were getting funny. But the fact that no one got 100% on the You, Me, We quiz shows that either we're not doing a good job of introducing ourselves to our listeners and our supporters.
Okay, I guess so.
Or we are just that mysterious that people don't know us to the fullest.
Let me tell you something. All the people that took the quiz, some family, some people that we have known for years, like, not one person got everything right.
For those who didn't.
Not one. There was 32 questions. Not one person got every question
For
right.
those who didn't take the quiz, what we're talking about is on Instagram Live, on our story, we put a bunch of questions up about us that we thought people would find interesting. We thought people would know. And we called it the You, Me, We quiz. And the fact that, like Vicky said, the fact that certain people, like family members or close friends, people we
shaking
straight,
my head.
people
I'm
we
judging
straight
y'all.
grew up with,
Yeah.
didn't get some of the answers right. But some of the questions, what we want to do is highlight some of the questions, some of the funny ones, some of the fun.
No, I think we should go through the questions.
All
Some of
32? That's what it takes for-
No, it's not going to take long. Because some are like, no, that's you. And then bam, when we skip over them.
Okay.
Because I feel like some people need an explanation. Because some
Yes,
did
yes.
border. And I mean, I think that the best part of the quiz was the way that people's reaction to like what the answer was. They're like, nah. And I'm like, yeah. What? Why are you confused about that? So I think it would be good to just go through them really quickly. And then if, you don't have to like go into a whole spiel on everything.
Let's go. So let's start
Okay.
with question uno.
Okay. Let me switch over because my phone's been dead. I've been running around like a mad woman all day
For those of you watching the video,
with my son.
those watching the video, every time I like go to like a solo camera for Vicky, that's me making adjustments to the mixer, and I don't want you guys to just look at me making adjustments. So I'm like, Vicky, take it without saying it. And Vicky's like, okay, I guess I'll just talk now.
Yeah. Okay.
So question one.
Okay, so question one. Let me go into these archives. Today has been completely insane. I tried to lay down for a nap, by the way.
Must be nice.
No.
Wow.
I tried to lay down because I had some time to kill. I was waiting on my maintenance guy.
Mm.
And your son was like, not on my watch, my friend. And he straight up took the covers and tossed them off the bed. Like, you will not.
That's why they're on the floor?
Yep.
I thought maybe you were cleaning or something.
No. He took them completely off. Oh, no. Yeah, I did. I'll tell you about that later.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to our story.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all was just disrespecting me. Y'all felt
They're all
I
still
was
there,
like offended. Yeah. Okay. All right. Who likes pineapple on their pizza? Me.
That's disgusting.
It's not disgusting. And by the way, it's not only pineapple. My favorite slice is pineapple, broccoli, and chicken. Oh,
Trash.
delicious. Okay. What's Ode's nationality? It's so
that one
funny.
actually no.
And you know what?
The
Wait,
next
the first one, it was a pretty even voting for all three options. Me, you, or neither.
Mm-hmm.
It was like pretty even. It was in the 30s for every.
So for those who know me, I am Guyanese, born and raised for 5 years until we came to America in 86, 87, I believe we came to America.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 100% Guyanese.
Yeah. So what I thought was interesting about that is that usually when I tell people when they ask me like, oh, where's he from? I'm like, oh, he's from Guyana.
Oh my God, he's African?
Yeah. Oh, he's African? I'm like, he's actually, no, he's not from Ghana.
Guyana.
He's from Guyana.
Guyana.
So when I put that as an option, I thought that would be like the second most voted or the first most voted.
What was the other option? Oh, Haitian.
Haitian. And it was actually Haitian. People thought you were Haitian. And I think it's because, and someone messaged us and said, and they were like, it's because you just came back from Haiti. And for some reason, I just keep associating. So I thought that was really funny. I was not expecting that. I was trying to just find like another largely black populated island that's not Jamaican, because I feel like if you're Jamaican, it sticks out to everyone. Like you're Jamaican, they'll never, like they'll always remember you're not Jamaican. Who is the Zilla of this wedding?
This is where...
Yeah, okay. Ode has some reservations about this.
Here's the thing.
Ode is a groomzilla, but he doesn't want to admit it.
Here's the thing.
Just live in your truth.
For those who have been listening, I can't recall which episode, but there was an episode where Vicky had this conversation and said, Ode's a groomzilla. And then we talked about it for like 2 minutes, and she's like, you're right, I'm just indecisive and blah 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 and blah, blah. You straight admitted that you were wrong in that.
You're gonna have to find that episode.
Then don't worry, we'll find it.
Because you're a groomzilla, but you're not like how the show Bridezilla is.
Mm-hmm.
You're not like running crazy and like, this is my wedding. Like, that's not you. But what you are a groomzilla about is, and the way that, and I feel like this is why you don't see it, is because you, in your head, you're not the one initiating the ideas. You're not the one, like, oh, I think this would be nice, or I think this would be nice. You're not the first one to initiate any of that.
Mm-hmm.
You come on the back end and you're like, no, I don't really like that. No. And so then you do that to everything.
Okay, Vicky, let me ask you a question. Who caused the most?
No. Let me tell you. Wait. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why it comes off very groomzilla.
Oh my goodness! Because you don't want me to.
No. Because I didn't finish making my point. The reason why it comes off very groomzilla is because.
Give me specific examples.
I'm gonna give you a specific example.
No,
not directly.
Examples, plural.
And not exactly.
I'm about to give you plural.
Not exactly of the wedding, but this is the way that you are, and this is how it has spilled over into the wedding.
We're talking about the wedding.
But I'm just pointing out this is what you do, right?
Give me a wedding example.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Go ahead.
So, because the reason why it comes off very groomzilla is because you will say.
Why are you delaying?
No, because I'm trying to finish my first point. So you would say like, oh no, it's whatever you want to do. I'm cool with that. And then like I'll make a choice about something, and you'll be like, are you sure? And you do that to everything. And I'm not saying you can't have an opinion. My thing is, don't say I'm good with whatever you're good with, and then come around and be like, I don't like that. Like, okay, so then why don't you just make a decision?
Such as?
I can't right now.
I know you couldn't. Because
no. It's not that I can't because there are no examples. It's that on the spot I can't come up with it.
No. You can't make an example because a lot of the examples you're probably thinking about, if you stopped and looked at, you'd be like, oh wait, it's the reverse. It's I'm the one. Me speaking as you, that was being indecisive. Okay, let's start with chairs. We just wanted, Vicky was the one that said the whole, let's just get chairs. So I was like, okay, I got a friend that does chair rentals. I showed Vicky the chairs. Standard white chairs. No, I want garden chairs, blah, blah, blah. So chairs became a thing.
Yeah, but wait.
I'm not done.
But when you say that, you're making it seem like I was all for those chairs to begin with.
No, you were like you were trying to apply to me. You were on some whole like, let's just get chairs. Then all of a sudden it was a certain type of chairs you had to have. Let me finish. Okay, time of day for the wedding. Who was the one that was like, this time, no, that time. No, the sun might be, no, this time, no, that time. Went back and forth. When initially they was like, let's just have it, during the day. But it was back and forth. Okay, so that's time of day. That's chairs. That's bridezilla to the point where tried to argue with me about how many people I wanted to have on my side.
I didn't argue that with you.
I'm saying argue. I'm saying like, no. Did you not say no? That you're gonna have to have more people?
I didn't say that.
You don't recall. I get it.
Oh, dang. No.
Hold on. I'm not saying we had some hardcore argument. But
no.
But did you not express? Let me finish.
Hold on. You were the one that was like, I don't care how many people you have. All I'm gonna have is this. Like this many people.
Yeah.
And I said, are you sure you don't want to add more people? Are you sure?
What else did you say?
It wasn't on some like you need to have more people because you need to make it even. That's not what it was at all.
Vicky, I'm not saying we had this. Okay, I'm wrong. I'm not saying we had a big argument. But
yeah,
what else did you?
But
no.
It wasn't that at all.
Just so you know, I know you don't recall. You also. It wasn't just, are you sure? It was, no, you're going to need to get more people. That's what you said verbatim. I'm letting you know.
I don't recall that.
This is why we can't have certain conversations. But you want me to continue on the many different examples of you being the Zilla? I have been the one that's been like, sure. Remember, hold on. I'm also the one that was like, sure, let's go to the court right now and we good.
First of all, you say that. I feel like you say that because you know that I'm not going to agree to that.
Vicky, challenge accepted. Call my bluff, please. Call my bluff.
I'm not. No. I'm not saying that.
No, I'm saying that because at one point we were both in agreement on that.
Yes, until I really thought about it and I was like, I don't want to get married in a court where I have appeared before in front of multiple judges and have one of them marry me. I don't want to get married in a court.
Doesn't have to be a court.
I don't want to get married. I don't want to get married outside of a city that I don't pay taxes.
Did you not at one point?
So that's why I feel like you say that knowing that I don't feel good about getting married in the court of this city.
No. I say that because the alternative, not just court, just the opposite of what we are doing, you were okay with. That's what I'm referring to. Not just the court. I'm talking about the opposite of what we're doing. Even though what we're doing is still something small, you were at one point, we were both on the same page. And then all of a sudden you were just like, no. Another example of you being the Zilla and not me. Next question. I win this one. Scorekeeper.
I'm not even going to keep going because we've been on this for like 5 minutes already.
That's what people say when they lose an argument.
My nationality. Okay. Guys.
Go to Webster's Dictionary. Guys. Go to Webster's Dictionary.
Guys, this was embarrassing as hell.
How do you guys not know the nationality of Vickiana Santa Maria Guadalupe
American. Ortega? I was born in this country, okay? While I know that most of you think that I was born and raised in Dominican Republic, I was born and raised in a branch of Dominican Republic, which is called Perth Amboy.
For those in New York.
That is in New Jersey of the United States of America. I was born here and I was also raised in the United States of America. I am American. That is my nationality.
For those who are from New York City, from the Bronx, Brooklyn, whatever, Perth Amboy is to Central Jersey what Dykeman is to New York, or like the Heights is to New York.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So it's guys. Like I'm Dominican by ethnicity, but I'm Dominican. I mean, I'm American by nationality.
And Vicky's saying that
you guys gotta really get that shit together.
She's saying that because she had to explain that she had a back and forth with someone.
With more than someone. Like people were like, "You Dominican," and I'm like, "No, I know that. I'm of Dominican descent, but I am American."
Unlike myself, who I am Guyanese,
right?
By birth, I'm only American on paper,
right?
America.
Yeah. Also,
I'm a citizen.
Who has been arrested in the past? First of all, out of like over 100 votes, way over, right?
On that question?
Three of them voted you.
On that question alone?
Mm-hmm.
100 people were? Oh, look at us.
No, way over 100. But like only three of those people voted you.
I've never done jail time.
Everybody else voted me.
I ain't gonna front a while. When I saw it, I was like, I wonder if Vicky got locked up.
I have never been arrested. Ever. I've sat in a police car one time.
Same thing.
One time. And it was to point something out. They had to drive me. Absolutely.
Snitch.
They had to drive me somewhere because I didn't know the street or the house number. And I had to be driven and point and be like, that it's that house. That is... It was a situation pertaining to me. It wasn't a situation pertaining to somebody else's stuff.
But still, why are you snitching?
because
handle
that
it.
person needed to be handled.
Handle it on your own terms.
That is my own terms. I pay taxes so that they can handle it. So, that's the only time I've been in a police car. I've never been arrested. I've never been in jail. Okay. I have never, ever had personal legal issues that I started, like that. I've never been arrested for like crazy shit that people shouldn't just be doing, and they do it. I don't know what y'all think of me, but clearly it's obvious.
Totally off topic. I need a gold wedding band engagement ring as well. The one I wear like a gold watch.
Take it out my face.
I can.
Okay,
no,
how did we meet, guys?
No, hold on.
Again.
Hold on.
Guys.
Hold on.
Guys.
First, go through what the options were, because I'm about to side with some of these people that, even though some of them were wrong,
everybody was wrong.
I feel like this you
nobody got that right.
Okay, go over the options.
Not one single person got that right. The options were,
including you.
What do you mean, including me?
Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say. Go over the options.
On the internet.
That's not where we first met.
Yes, we did.
We had this conversation before.
At an event.
These are the options. Okay, at an event.
Or a blind date.
Okay. And for you, the correct answer was?
On the internet.
And we, as in you and I, have both acknowledged that the correct answer for that, well, not to the question, but we both acknowledge that the correct answer should be at an event. You and I first met, the way you worded that, at an event.
No,
that
didn't.
Event was my fraternity banquet, which is why, hold on, stop. Which is why when we met on the internet about a year or so later, the joke was, I was asking your sorority sister. I was joking.
No, it was like 2 years later.
Hold on. I was joking with her that Nope.
It was 2 years later.
We met on the internet. I mean, we met at the event in 2008.
Nope.
The whole.
No, it wasn't.
No. We met on the internet.
2007.
My banquet?
Yes, because I was a neo. I had just crossed. You're not gonna tell. I know this.
Okay, whatever. But anyways, we met. Okay, we met at the banquet. Like
no. I'm pointing out the year because I remember. Okay. I remember going to your banquet, but I don't.
But hold on.
I don't remember meeting you.
But I'm acknowledging. So we met at the banquet.
We did not.
Was I not there? Were you there? I'm letting you know.
You know how many people I'm at a banquet with? Don't mean I meet them.
Well, I'm letting you know that we met because I don't know about other banquets you've been to. My brothers, when we see each other with our dates that we don't know, we introduce our dates to the other brothers. So I'm letting you know that you and I did meet because Edwin, who was a friend of yours, he is
a friend of me.
He's a friend of yours, and one of my fraternity brothers. He brought you to our banquet as his date.
Yeah.
That's when you and I met.
I don't remember.
Well, that's when we met. And then 2 years later, when we were on the internet, the joke was between you and I and your sorority sister was that I definitely didn't remember you, but you were like, Ode, we've met before.
I don't remember that.
But I'm letting you know that was your thing. You kept saying, Ode, we've met. And I was just like,
no,
yeah.
I said we were supposed to meet because I was referencing you doing that mix.
No, but I'm letting you know that we were talking about that plus the banquet. We were talking about plus the banquet because you kept saying, "Ode, we've met," and I was like, "Yeah, you're my BFF. Of course we."
And then that's how that joke started. But
continue. But you were just over 2 today.
We didn't meet.
I don't know why you try to do this.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Do you want to know why I know we met?
Go ahead.
I wasn't gonna say it on air, but because I remember.
Say it on air because I don't know how you know that we met. Why are you so confident about that?
We met. We talked. Blah blah blah.
We talked?
No, as in like. You use your words when you say hi to somebody. You talk.
Oh.
Because I remember talking to one of Edwin's line brothers and saying, "Yo,
who?
Why? Wale."
Okay.
I was saying, "Yo, why Edwin's date got so much cleavage going on right now? Did you not have a?"
Yo, guys! Oh my God, I'm gonna repost that picture to show the dress that you said that I had mad cleavage and that I was dressed like a little hoochie. And I posted the picture and people were like, you look normal as hell.
Anyways, I was right.
I found that picture to prove my point, how Ode is just clearly over-exaggerating.
So for those of you who said at an event, just know that if at an event was the question you got wrong out of all 32, then you got 100%.
No, you did not.
Because if you clicked add an event, you were correct. Next.
You were wrong. So what year did we become boyfriend, girlfriend?
Okay, 2010.
2010.
Okay, next.
Who loves Broadway tunes?
I do.
That's Ode. I don't know why.
Broadway.
Yo,
Broadway's dope.
Y'all that voted that it was me, y'all don't know me. I don't listen to Broadway tunes.
It's show tunes. Get it right.
Okay. Who's loud when we argue? Yo, we really did a whole episode about this, and majority of you guys really still said me. I am offended. I am insanely offended. We did a whole episode of this. and it was me. I'm the one that gets loud.
Really? I'm a child of God, Vicky.
Wow. Yo, people, like, through the responses, I was able to tell, like, people really have this perception of you where I'm like, yo, y'all don't know this man. Okay? Y'all need to stop being so trusting about him. Y'all don't know him.
Next question. Before we start arguing. And I have to get loud. Start cussing.
Who moved in for the first kiss? That was me. Majority of you guys said me anyway.
Being a little hooah.
Really, Ode? Where did Ode grow up?
We're Brooklyn. I don't know.
Brooklyn.
I can't do a Brooklyn sign.
I put Queens, Bronx, or Brooklyn.
Bronx? I guess. Queens? Ugh.
I felt like I was going to get people with the Bronx because you went to Lehman College.
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of Queens. Bronx, I went to school there, but I wouldn't live there. I did live there for a while, but it's the Bronx. Ugh.
So this is, I guess, another one that was a little bit tricky.
Which one?
What is the age difference between us?
Why was that tricky?
Because
people don't know our age, really.
We're 4 to 5 years different in age.
4 to 5?
Yeah, because your birthday is first than mine. And so therefore you're like older than me for like 5-6 months by 5 years.
I guess. And then it's confusing because I look like I'm 20.
Which I thought was funny because everybody mainly voted between 3 to 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I thought it would have been 4 to 5 years were like the top votes, but instead it's 3 to 4 years. So people really assume that you are much younger than you really are. And we were messaged like, wait, who's older? I'm like, excuse me? What you mean who's older?
So in July of 2020, I will be the big 38. Wow.
Yeah. And right, you'll be 38 and I'm 33, so we're 5 years apart.
Still looking like I'm 17.
Yeah. Does Vicky like scary movies? Hails to the no. Somebody messaged me. I can't remember what they said, but I told them about how one time I had went out on a date and I didn't know what movie was playing, but I sat down and then I'm seeing like because like they matched the previews to the genre of film, because then clearly those are the people that like to watch those movies. And I see that it's a lot of scary movies or like suspenseful movies. And I'm like, are we watching a scary movie? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like,
I'm out.
Oh, we must have just met. I literally got up and left. Like, yo, I don't do scary movies. That's not going to happen. So, which happened to Ode. I don't do scary nothing. That tour.
We went to Virginia, and we were going to go to a haunted house. Vicky lasted, I don't know, the first set of staircases.
Yep. And that was just leading up to the beginning of the haunted house. And when we were buying the thing, the guy was like, once you give me the money, you cannot get it back. Even if you don't start, you can't get it back. And Ode's like, are you sure you're going to do this?
Lost my money. And
I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And we get to the top of the stairs, and it's just like a long hallway, and all I hear is someone made kissing sounds. Like, and I was like, nope. And I walked right out. Does Ode like reading? This is where I'm like, yo, I don't know this man. Majority you voted yes.
You know what I have an issue with?
And he doesn't.
Hold on. You know what I have an issue with? I forgot the whole Bane from Batman, the whole Bane statement where it's like, you only adopted the darkness. I was born in it, whatever. All you people who just started reading because it became trendy, not saying you, but some of y'all.
I was about to be like,
but some of y'all who just got onto the whole reading bandwagon and you're reading your little self-help books and your whatever. I'm not saying you, I'm just saying.
Damn, yo, this sounds mad personal.
And you're reading your self-help books and whatever book Charlemagne says is popular or whatever.
I'm not reading
or whatever. Who just, what's that Bain saying? Where, you guys just learned about it. While people like us creative writing English majors who grew up reading Chaucer, who grew up reading the Shakespeare, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, who grew up reading Push, who grew up reading books that we just liked reading. But y'all, it's trendy, blah 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 blah. Get out of here. Tell me what happened in Humphrey Clinker. Tell me what happened in what's some other one. Tell me what happened in tell me about some Dave Eggers. Tell me, look at y'all. Come on. Yeah,
this is what
I read.
So this is so funny, right? You are being exactly that grumpy, grouchy, judgmental, whack ass guy.
No, that's
and
why.
Let me say why.
Because y'all do the whole thing like you don't read.
Well, what you mean, y'all?
Y'all people who just started reading.
I didn't just start reading. Who are you talking to?
I'm just saying, some of y'all, you.
No, I didn't just start reading.
But can we agree that there's some who criticize people?
Let me tell you something. People get on this high horse about the kinds of books that they read are more important than the books that other people read. Let me tell you something. I don't give a damn about classic literature. That shit has nothing to do with me, and that has nothing of value for me. However, that doesn't negate the importance that they are to other people. And vice versa. The books that I read shouldn't mean that they're any less valuable of literature standards because they're not the classical or like your typical books that you haven't read until you read this book. And also, just because you used to do something a lot back then doesn't give you the right to look down on people who just started doing it now. Instead, you should be encouraging and applauding people for getting on a reading bandwagon instead of all the other bad.
What about the opposite of what you just said? Just because you just started, don't all of a sudden look down on people who, you know what? Maybe they've just moved on from that. Right now, they're not into reading. Don't just because you're not on this reading kick, which is what I have an issue.
No. Nobody. No, this is the problem. You think that because somebody calls out that you don't like to read, that they're calling you out for something negative.
Is there not a trend of people who are looking down on people who aren't reading as much as them? Is that not a trend?
I think
at least on my social media,
let me explain where that may be coming from, and I think it's just poorly communicated. It's the fact that people don't read at all. Like they literally don't read at all. Not just books, but people don't bother reading the things that they are so gullibly just fucking inhaling off the internet. Like they're taking that shit Bible and they're not even bothering to read the article. Like you guys aren't even reading. That's different. And so therefore there is a push of like, yo, you should read a book so that you understand why it's so important to read it from start to finish. So that you understand the whole story, so that you you have an approach to reading in general. People are not reading in general. And so I think it takes the people that do that, they're taking stabs at people who clearly show that they don't read. And there is a benefit to reading books. And it's a free benefit. Like reading a book is not something that you have to pay for. Like if I wanted to listen to certain things or do certain things, I have to have the money to do it. I have to have, or either know someone that can provide me access to do it. But reading is free. There's a public library. There's a public library that everyone can has access to. Sorry. In the state of New Jersey, the public library system is set up so beautifully that you can even listen to audiobooks on your phone. You don't even ever have to step inside of a library. And it's for free. And people don't even know that. They're buying all these books. And you could just read them for free. And if you really like the book, then go buy it. But you don't have to spend your money for a book that you're just going to have sitting on your shelf, which I am absolutely guilty of. But I've read all the books that I have. However, I don't think that I don't think that one, just because you used to like to read and you no longer read, that should give you the hall pass to not ever have to read again. I think that's actually even worse.
No, but no one
that you know the joys and the wonders of what reading brings you.
Like a lot of people
and
aren't
you don't
even doing
you don't
that.
care to do that anymore.
And just to kind of go back to what you said about just because
or expand your genre and not think that only these kinds of books provide value and others don't.
No. See, I was going to touch on that because I don't know if you remember, my main reason for majoring in creative writing and not the literature aspect of the English major was that I felt the same way about the classics or whatever. I was more of a fan of like Dave Eggers and stuff like that. So more like updated work instead of the classics one that we were told were good.
Yeah.
Shakespeare's corny as hell.
Yeah.
But my issue's always been with the people who like I said, my thing was like, I read. Do I like what's out there right now? It's like some of the stuff that I'm like, which is why like the book I bought recently was a book I've read like 2 times. Yeah, but I just read different stuff. I read more articles about different things. More what's the word? Not editorials. What I'm looking for? Like certain types of articles. But people read other stuff. But just because we're not reading, I have an issue with those who feel like because you're not reading the latest trendy book that's out there trending or by this person or this whatever, it has this like I haven't read. I'm trying to think of some of those titles that people always mention, like, oh, you didn't read blah blah blah. Oh, you don't read like
I don't know.
I just don't read that.
I don't know because I'm not in those reading circles.
But yeah.
Anyways, moving on. So, what does Ode like to listen to in his free time? Podcasts. Has Vicky always wanted to get married? No. What credentials? And a lot of people thought I did. I'm like, have we met? What credentials would I go back to school for? And I put either an MBA, an MD, or a JD. I redid that like about 10 times because I'm like, I need to explain what these are because like not everyone knows what an MD is. Not everyone knows what a JD is.
Like, why she wanted a Jud?
Yeah, like why would she want a JD? MBA, or they don't even know what MBA stands for. They just know that that's sort of like business. Yeah. So most people guessed that I wanted to go back for a master's in business, but no. I said if I was going to go to school, I was going to go for the letters that matter. And sorry, MBA to me doesn't do it. How many kids did Ode want? 2.
Born a girl.
And I wanted 0.
And now I want 0. I'm joking.
And it's funny, we switched.
Yeah.
Now you don't want any more. And I'm actually, most days I don't. But there are the days where I'm like, I would like to give it one more try. And hopefully that will be like my good pregnancy.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I want no more.
Who picked Hilal's name? That was me.
Mm-hmm.
Who did Ode open up for? Most people said none of them.
First, give the options.
It was Evie Queen and Daddy Yankee, Aventura, none of them or all of them. Most people said none of them.
Y'all some haters. For those who know me, they know that I did actually open up for
all 3 of them.
For Evie Queen, Daddy Yankee,
and Aventura.
Alexis E. Fido, Aventura, Nori, Nina Sky.
Oh.
I forgot who else was there, but it was La Calle radio station, Spring Bling Blineo in 06, I believe. And the radio station, they were cool with the guys the whole team from I Caramba You, which was also the team that put on Latino Step, which were great friends of ours, and they gave us so many opportunities. So when the radio station said, hey, I Caramba, can y'all get us an opening act? They called us, and in summer of 06, 05, one of those summers, we opened up in Nassau Coliseum for Spring Bling, and people cheered. And I have a friend that worked for the radio station, and she said she might be able to get us like a video of it.
Oh, God. All right.
And if I get that video, y'all
what
can't tell me
What did Ode want to
nothing.
be when he grew up?
A dentist.
A dentist.
Yes.
I figured that most people would think that you wanted to be a counselor, and that is the majority vote.
No, I'm actually was top of my class. Dental.
I know,
technology.
but I'm saying I assume that people thought that that's what you wanted to be. Who has a tattoo on their waist area?
This one got some comments.
So this is not just your waist. This is like everything, like your top area of your waist, your lower.
And the answer was?
Both of us have tattoos on our waist.
And if you got jokes on that, it will be on site. Fight me.
And you guys are judging Ode because he has a tattoo in the waist area. You don't even know what the tattoo is. Okay, so I would just say save that energy until you actually see the tattoo, and then you can properly roast him. Okay, that's what I have to say.
I have three. I have a lower torso.
That's the one that I'm making fun of. Your lower
waist, hip.
torso.
No, I have a hip. Don't say waist. Don't say hip.
You like that male one. Your lower torso, bitch. That's your hip. That's your waist area.
And I have one on my rib cage.
Yeah, me too.
Rib cage on the side. Yeah.
Okay, who won Queen King at their prom?
Doesn't everybody win prom king? No, just me? All right.
Ode's favorite physical attribute of Vicky's. I thought this was funny.
Because I said smile?
No, because people message me like, you be lying. Most people did choose smile. Mm-hmm. Your favorite non-physical feature about or attribute of me is my organization. Mm-hmm. And thank you to the people that said cooking. That means y'all really have hope for me.
And you really don't know. I'm joking. I'm joking. You're a good cook. We've been said that you're a good cook on air.
Vicky's favorite physical attribute of Ode.
That ass.
It's his face. Vicky's favorite non-physical attribute of Ode is his style, which is true. I always compliment you. What dance class did we take for weeks? Salsa.
And we remember.
First of all, y'all gonna stop disrespecting me that I took a bachata class. Seriously? Seriously? Ballroom.
Well,
okay,
you
that's
are
fair.
American, so.
And that was those were the questions.
Awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. People were like, "Yo, I don't even know y'all. Like, what the hell?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's pathetic." Some people, my old college roommate was like,
"Oh yeah,
how did you meet on the internet when we all met in college?" I'm like, "Sis, how? When he didn't even go to Ramapo."
So for those
you were my college roommate.
Those who may know me from their undergrad years, from either seeing me on Ramapo College campus, campus, or seeing me DJing an event at Ramapo or just hanging around, whether it's from the spring of fall of 01 all the way to, I don't know, last semester.
Jesus Christ.
I was never a registered student of Ramapo College. I did spend a lot of time at Ramapo, whether it was, I am a brother of Beta Kappa Psi Fraternity Incorporated, founding brother of the Ada chapter, but I did most of my my intake workshops at Ramapo College. So I spent a lot of time at Ramapo hanging out.
It was the nearest campus.
Yeah.
People also have this misconception that Ramapo is like, it is out in the sticks, but it actually is a very fast drive, especially from New York, the Bronx.
Yeah.
It is very
45
close.
Minutes tops.
45?
No traffic.
With traffic? I've gotten to the Bronx way faster than that.
Probably we're breaking the law. Speeding law. No, but
I would say like 30 to 35 minutes.
So I did used to
the Bronx.
I did used to hang out. I hung out on campus a lot. I might have had a gig on campus sometimes, and I'll sleep in one of my brother's rooms, or would come down for parties. So I did not attend Ramapo. I just spent a lot of time there. And
we actually lived in the same area.
Yeah. Well,
at the same time. I had no idea who he was.
I did live on campus for a while.
And it was in the same corner of the campus our buildings were next to each other.
Wasn't a student, but I did live there for a while.
Yeah. So that was the questions. I think it's great that you guys don't know us. So it's very nice to meet y'all.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
What grinds your gears, Vicky? I asked because I have one. I remembered it last night. I was like, I got to bring it up.
What's our limitation?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Why don't you go?
Do you have one?
No.
Okay.
I do, but I just...
Go. I asked you. Go ask you. So, what grinds my gears? Going back to one of your questions, you said, what does Ode like to listen to? You said podcast. Something that grinds my gears is when we could be listening to something, and maybe you, the listener, have somebody in your life that does this. We're listening to something, and let's say the person says something thought-provoking. You'll start talking about your thoughts and whatever. In my head, I'm like, yo, the show is still going on. I'm like, what we're watching or listening to is still going on. Let's let it finish. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And I'm always like, oh, just stop talking right now. Let's keep listening to this thing.
Okay.
Because whatever they just said that's thought-provoking, they're still talking about it. Let's let them finish their thought. And then later on, we'll revisit it. Or you know what? Can I pause it? Can I something? I'm like, let the thought keep going. Let their conversation keep going.
Okay.
And that is what grinds my gears. What you got?
I could live with that because it's not like we are together all the time anyway. So it's not like we don't. It's not something that happens all the time. Like, it's not every time you listen to a podcast, I'm not jumping in trying to talk to you. Most of the time, I'm like, he's listening to a podcast. Good. Let me go do something else.
And then when I'm done doing that, I'm going to interrupt him in his podcast because now I'm...
When was the last time I did that?
Go ahead. Do you have something? Do you have a...
You can't recall?
Do you have... Oh, I can't recall.
Okay, so recall the last time
Don't worry about it. Do you have a what grinds your gears?
You don't want me to worry about it because you don't have a last time that I did that.
What grinds your gears? Do you have one or not?
I do, but it borders on...
Or an argument?
Yes. And so it treads on that line that we said we're not comfortable crossing on the air.
All right.
So what grinds my gears is behind the scenes, and you guys do not get a preview of that right now. So
Vicky ain't about that life. I'm joking.
I'm about that life. That's why I don't want to.
Thank you all for tuning in.
I'm about the right life.
Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of the You, Me, We podcast.
Oh, wait. What? We didn't shout out the winners to our giveaway. Yeah. Which I still have not claimed their prizes. So, like...
You don't get them. You got 24 hours. Balls in your court.
Yeah, they haven't claimed their prizes. But shout out to them. Thank you for following our pages. Thank you for interacting with us. And thank you for listening. We appreciate it. And thank you for your support. And we have another entrepreneur that has asked to team up with us for another giveaway. So
awesome.
I think that's great, and we're still ironing out the details, and I'm excited.
Yo, Chris Grant should give away I'm Good watch. I'm just saying. And speaking of swag, make sure you check out the You Me We merch page. Yeah. Just go to our website, youmewepodcast.com. It's that simple.
And also our podcast YouTube page, and also rate us on whatever
iTunes
platform you're
comment.
Yeah, because like the more you rate us and the more interaction you have on leaving comments and things like that, it's how it's populated and advertised to other people. Yep. So, help us by rating and commenting and sharing and all that stuff.
We've done our best to make all of those things easily accessible through youmewepodcast.com. As soon as you go on there, you have a link to the merch store. You have a link to all the different streaming platforms. You can listen to the podcast. All of our videos are on there. Our clips are on there.
And you just got to use your thumb. You just go like this.
Yeah,
you just
it's all
scroll.
on one page. Yeah.
One thumb can take you through the whole thing.
Yeah. Click on the tab for listen. It'll take you right there to listen.
Yeah.
But buy some merch. That is a great way to support and promote.
And support our dreams for having a live for the 100th episode, which is towards the end of this year.
The You Me We hats should be up, if not tomorrow.
Real soon, because I
need
it.
Yeah.
I need my hat.
We're just waiting to finalize the design.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day. This wasn't a Valentine episode.
Yeah.
But this is like our first time really celebrating Valentine's, which is funny because I've asked my friends like, hey, what are you doing for Valentine's? And they're like, haven't celebrated Valentine's for like if they were with their boyfriend 6 years, they're like haven't celebrated in the last 5. I'm like, oh, all right.
I know the feeling.
Me too.
Thank
That's
you
why I
all
said it's like our first.
Do you want to have this conversation? Okay, hold on. For those of you who have been listening, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. Vicky likes to brag about, I think it was not last year, the year before, right? It was the year before.
I think so, yeah.
She brags about how hard she went for Valentine's Day, which she did. Vicky did this whole amazing presentation focused on the senses. There was candy hidden around the house. There was all kinds of stuff. So all of my senses were tingling. All of my senses were addressed. And Vicky always does the whole like, I won Valentine's Day. I went so hard, which she did. The part she leaves out, which I've said before, is that was
no. That's not even what I'm meaning, and you're so petty for that.
No, because
what
you
I'm
always
saying
do
is
that.
no.
Yeah,
No, listen to me. What I'm saying is this is like our first Valentine because full transparency, usually around Valentine's Day, we are not getting along. And therefore we would be like, fuck that shit. You know, like one of us is like not on Team Valentine's and the other one would be. So this is the first time, and like we barely made it, but this is the first time that we're both on a good page for Valentine's Day. So that's what I'm saying. This is like our first Valentine's. Because we're both on the good page at the same time on this day. Wow. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Look at you trying to be petty.
I wasn't trying to. I was just trying to
be diplomatic as hell. And the fact that we've already had this conversation, so I thought you would like get where I was going with it, and you kind of didn't. Okay.
Thank you all for tuning in to the You, Me, We podcast.